So now I have the privilege of introducing our governor. Governor Gina Raimondo is committed to getting our state's economy back on track and ensuring that everyone is able to make it happen in Rhode Island. Since her time in office, she has championed an increase to the state's earned income tax credit and has increased an increase to the minimum wage. She has also voiced her support for enacting earned sick leave this legislative year and in keeping health insurance affordable for Rhode Islanders. These are policies that directly improve the economic security for lower wage Rhode Islanders, and you'll hear much about many of those policies later today. So thank you, Governor, for your leadership on these policies, and please help me give a warm welcome to Governor Raimondo.
Thank you. It's great to be here with all of you, and it's great to hear from our Senate Finance Chair say that you're going to hold true to these values. And I stand there with you in that, because it is a tough budget cycle, and the revenues may not be where we want them to be, but we can't let the most vulnerable be left behind. And so let's work together. To all my colleagues who are here, reps and senators, let's commit ourselves to making sure that we do put forth a final budget that expresses our values, which is a value to make Rhode Island a place of opportunity for everybody, including those at the bottom end of the economic ladder. So thank you for saying that, Billy, and I support you totally. I want to recognize Amy and Heidi, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to this morning's breakfast, and thank you for all that you are doing. It's a great thing for us in government to be able to hear from experts to give us ideas and rejuvenate us. So I want to thank you for joining us for this morning's discussion. And I do also want to reiterate my support for the work that you do and for folks in this room. I'm proud of the fact that I've been told I'm the only governor who's ever put 3 budgets in a row calling for minimum wage increases. Last year we fell short, and I think we missed an opportunity. Folks in Massachusetts and Connecticut got raises. I think Rhode Islanders deserved them. So I'm asking the General Assembly to get it done this year. My proposal is to $10.50, and I'd like to see it start as soon as possible, not wait until January 1st. Came out recently supporting bus passes for RIPTA. I think that's, vitally important. I agree with Senator Connolly around the Affordable Care Act. I went to Washington earlier this year and had the opportunity to talk to the president, and I said to him, my message, to you is the Affordable Care Act is working in Rhode Island. The fact of the matter is 96% of people have insurance, almost all kids have coverage, our premiums are stable, premiums on the exchange are very stable, in some cases decreasing. We have a decent amount of choice on the exchange. Nothing's perfect, but it's working. And I support really no changes, to be perfectly candid. I agree with you that they don't pass the smell test, but I don't know why we would disrupt the lives of 110,000 people, thousands of people that have jobs at hospitals and healthcare providers, because it's a system that here in Rhode Island is working. So what am I doing? I'm doing everything I can to make a lot of noise with my colleagues around the country in governor's mansions, because even Republican governors, the state of Florida has a lot of people on health insurance because of the Affordable Care Act. So I'm not giving up at all, because this works. It works in Rhode Island, and we're going to go down fighting before we let 100,000 people in Rhode Island lose health insurance. I also, a lot of what I've done since being governor is around skills. We created the Real Jobs Rhode Island program, expanded apprenticeship programs, wrote about all-day kindergarten. I was in Cranston the other day in a kindergarten class, and it's amazing what they're doing, the work with these kids. But a couple years ago, Cranston didn't have all-day K, and now they do. That's a great thing to have been the governor that worked with the Senate and the House to bring about for the first time all-day K in every district. And when you see these kids flourishing because of it, it makes it all worth it. Of course, that's why you do the work that you do. But this year, I'd like to see the Rhode Island Promise Scholarship Program pass. It could be one of the most important anti-poverty initiatives that we could pass. The reality is, almost all the jobs we're creating right now, good jobs, family-sustaining jobs, require a degree past high school. And you shouldn't have to take out a mortgage in order to get a degree past high school. So here's the deal. Someone said to me the other day, "What's changed, Governor? Why isn't high school enough?" The economy's changed. 100 years ago, this country was caught up in a fierce debate. Should we provide public high school? A lot of people said no. A lot of people said, why would we waste our money? Most people are working on a farm. Why do we have to go to high school? Right? And then some people said, well, we're moving to an industrial economy. We need folks to work in a factory. They need to be able to go to high school to get those skills. So we're going to provide public high school. Well, thank God those people won out. I think history will show that the states which move quickest to provide 16 years of education will be the economic winners. By the way, this is a bipartisan issue. I had the governor of Tennessee talk to Rhode Islanders last week. As he said, he got on the call, he said, Gina's a woman, I'm a man. She's a Democrat, I'm a Republican. She's in New England, as far as he thinks, the bastion of liberalism. He's in Tennessee. And basically, I'm copying his idea, because he provided free community college in Tennessee a few years ago. The fact of the matter is, it's not Democrat or Republican, it's about jobs. It's about making sure everybody has a chance. This is not about anything free. It's about making sure every Rhode Islander has the skills and education they need to get a job, period. And I've heard from way too many people who dropped out of Rhode Island College, dropped out of CCRI, because they couldn't find $600 or $700 to finish their courses. So they wind up with a couple years of school under their belt, a bundle of loans, no degree, and not a good job. You want to cure poverty? You want folks to get good family supporting jobs? Help them get an education. So we're providing a scholarship. It's not a free rate, it's a scholarship. And also what they found in Tennessee was that to get the scholarships, you have to fill out the federal financial aid form. And in Tennessee, they found that just the number of kids filling out that form and getting Pell Grants skyrocketed. Because kids believed they had a chance. How many of you have talked to high schoolers and we said, smart, young, talented, hardworking A students who are poor? And I talk to them and say, hey, you going to apply to college? No. How come? I can't afford it. Well, you won't know if you don't try. Apply for the financial aid. Oh, I know I can. I know I can't. My parents can't afford it. I got to work. They should at least apply. So with the Promise program, they try a little harder in high school. They will apply to college. They will get the federal aid. And then we'll give them that little bit that they need to get through, get a degree, and get a job. So I wanted to put that before you because I think I believe strongly in all the things we have worked on together, raises for child care workers, raises, I'm a big time supporter in my budget, raises for home care workers, raises in the minimum wage, social supports, but education is a ticket to the middle class. And A.T. Wall said to me, Governor, what do I have to do to get this passed? Because if you don't get this passed, I'm just going to stand on my end. So for the non-Rhode Islanders here, he runs the correctional system. Anyway, I think you're great. Don't get frustrated. This new president is a challenge. It's frustrating on a daily basis. But don't get down. It means you're more important than ever. So we'll stay in it together. We'll follow the lead that Chair Conley said. Let's have a budget that expresses our values. Let's stay in the trenches together. Make tough choices, and tough choices with humanity, and smart choices, and make sure Rhode Island doesn't forget about anybody. So thanks for having me.